Konnichiwa! I'm Alex with Lexco Moto Gymkhana. Do I look a little bit different? I got tired of looking like a homeless guy, so it was getting pretty out of control. Anyway, so in the last video, we talked about this new way of steering the motorcycle, self-steering. I told you guys about what it's all about, shifting our weight, foot pegs, twisting with the knees and inner thighs, shifting our weight on the seat. I'm going to talk to you in this video about some of the things that we can do with our lower body position to help really maximize self-steering and make you very agile using this technique. So first of all, let's talk about where we're sitting on the motorcycle. This plays an important part because every motorcycle has a different, what I call a balance point. This is where, we're sitting and our motorcycle is going to handle more nimbly depending on where we sit. For example, on my Ninja 300, I like sitting towards the back of the seat. That's where the motorcycle kind of flips and flops the easiest and most effortlessly. And I usually keep track of that by putting one fist between my groin and the gas tank. That's about where I like to be on my Ninja. It's a good balance point, and I'm not sitting too far back to where I feel disconnected from the gas tank with my knees. I still want to have a pretty good amount of leg up on those gas tanks. On my R1200 GS, I actually like to sit all the way up front with my groin up against the gas tank. That's a pretty good balance point for me, but also I need to also worry about ergonomics, and that bike has a very wide handlebar. So if I'm too far back, then I'm going to, not be able to bend my arms. So there's a lot of things that you have to kind of balance here and take into consideration. Next, I'd like to speak to you about engaging your muscles in your legs. Okay. Have you ever seen a football player getting ready for a play? Okay. Take a look at this picture here. Okay. Here, the football player he's standing, but he looks like he's kind of partially seated, right? With his knees nice and bent. He's probably putting all his weight on that front part of his foot towards the balls of his feet. He looks like he's engaging all his muscles. In this position, he's ready to go. He's able to change directions very quickly from a standstill. And he's able to kind of explode if he needs to, right? With his legs. Really put a lot of energy. So this kind of balance point on the foot pegs too is very important. So we want to make sure that we're feeling that. And one thing I think about is I think about standing just a little bit on my foot pegs when I'm riding. Maybe just 5 to 10% of my body weight I'm putting on my feet. I'm not standing up literally with my my butt coming off the seat, but I'm putting some weight on those foot pegs, in that kind of stance like that football player you just saw. Also, I want to talk to you about something we discussed in level 1. Remember there was a video called Squeeze the Tank or Squeeze with the Knees, right? Where I talked about the importance of engaging our muscles down here and relaxing up here. We don't want that weight going into the handlebars, and we want to hang on with the lower body. I'm going to modify that just a little bit now. Okay. Now I don't want you to just squeeze with the knees, but I also want you to think about squeezing with your feet. So when your feet are on the foot pegs, I want them to be all the way on the inside towards the bike. And I want you to have as much of your foot up against the bike, squeezing a little bit into the bike. This way, I'm not just squeezing with the knees, but also with the feet. And this allows me to relax just a tad with the knees, because now all of the responsibility isn't just on the knees. Now I'm sharing that responsibility with the feet. So I'm kind of splitting the responsibility of holding on with a little bit with my feet, but mostly my knees. I'd like to go to some footage now where I'm going to talk to you about what exactly I'm doing with each of my feet, because right foot is a little different than left foot, and what I'm doing with my legs. So let's go to some footage. Hit it! Okay, riders, let's first talk about our foot peg balance point. We want to be sitting in a way where we can engage our leg muscles. And as far as our seat balance point, we want to be sitting in a spot where our bike is handling the best. For me, it's when I put a fist between my groin and my gas tank. This allows me to squeeze with the legs, engage my core muscles, and I'm not putting any of the weight into the handlebars. This is a dynamic seating position. Now let's talk about what I'm doing with my left foot and leg. As far as where I'm putting my foot on the peg, I'm keeping the balls of my foot on the foot peg, and I'm keeping my foot all the way to the inside, up against the bike, with the middle and rear part of my foot up against the heel plate. This is going to allow me to feel connected with my foot. Also, make sure you're engaging those calf muscles, inner thigh muscles, with your knee up against the gas tank firmly. Now we can really squeeze with the feet and at the gas tank as well. Now let's talk about the right foot. It's a little bit different. I'm not going to keep the balls of my foot on the peg. I'm going to put the middle part of my foot on the foot peg. This is because we need to keep that rear brake covered at all times, since we use it a lot in Moto Gymkhana. Keep the rear and middle part of your foot up against the heel plate, with your whole foot to the inside of the foot peg as much as you can. This is going to help us feel nice and connected to the bike. Keep those calf muscles nice and engaged, inner thigh muscles engaged, with the knee up against the gas tank. This kind of body position will help us squeeze with the feet a little bit and with the knees. And we're back. So I hope that you found that helpful. I'm going to move on to the next thing now. I want to give you guys some practice ideas so that you can practice your self-steering. I have some more footage for you guys. Let's see it. Hit it. Okay, riders, so our first exercise is the figure 8. We're not worried about line selection here, and we're just keeping a nice steady throttle. I'm doing all the steering with my lower body, foot peg pressure, twisting of the knees, and shifting weight on my seat. Once you feel like you have it down, try this exercise while letting go with the left hand. Just keep that right hand on so that you can continue using the throttle. Focus on being smooth, focus on being relaxed. Every time I go through a turn, making a tight U-turn, I'm focusing on keeping that pressure with the foot pegs, twisting with the knees, and I'm also focusing on directional control, looking where I want to go, because directional control really helps with this technique. Our second exercise is just a straight slalom with a U-turn when you get to the end. Once again, I'm trying this exercise with just the right hand on the grip, doing all the steering with my lower body, being smooth, being completely relaxed, and focusing also a little bit on my head turns and my directional control to pull me in the direction I want to go. If you need to shave off any speed because you're going a little bit too fast, just use that rear brake nice and smoothly and lightly to shave off some speed. And we're back. So, riders, I know a lot of information getting thrown at you right now. I want you guys to, for now, work on these exercises. Make sure that you guys are putting an emphasis on staying relaxed and being smooth. Okay, don't worry about speed. Don't worry about line selection right now. Just practice your figure 8s, your slaloms. Try it one-handed, and you guys are really going to enjoy this. It really is super, super fun once you get the hang of this. Next video, I'm going to be talking about what the importance of what we're doing with the upper body is during self-steering, because the upper body also plays a role. So until next time, riders, arigato and peace.